Hello, I'm Dr. Salus. Walking is the most basic type of exercise. However, some argue that walking cannot be exercise. The rationale is that it is insufficient to stimulate the heart, lungs, and muscles. However, the amount of walking you do may affect your lifespan. So, how should you walk to improve your health? Many questions arise, right? First, how many steps should you walk per day? Second, wouldn't the criteria for the amount of steps vary by age and gender? Third, how much should I speed up? Let's start with the amount of steps. The standard is 10,000 steps a day. You have probably heard that a lot. Is this really true? Let's begin with a study that examined 5,000 American individuals over the age of 40 during a 10-year span. The horizontal axis represents the number of steps taken every day, while the vertical axis represents the risk of dying. If you look closely, you can see that simply walking more than 4,000 steps per day greatly lowers your risk of death, correct? In other words, you should take at least 4,000 steps. This is the measure line. And if you double the number of steps to 8,000 steps, the chance of dying lowers by exactly two times. So, it's preferable to increase the number of steps, correct? 12,000 steps is slightly better than 8,000 steps, but the difference isn't significant. In addition, it's not a huge difference, but 10,000 steps appears to be 10% more effective than 8,000. Some doctors limit themselves to up to 8,000 steps, but I would aim for 10,000. The second point concerns whether everyone should do the same amount of steps. Please pay close attention to the gender analyzed graph. For men, increasing the steps from 8,000 to 12,000 provided a significant advantage. However, going from 12,000 to 16,000 provides no benefit. If you are feeling adventurous, walking up to 12,000 steps, but don't overdo it. Women, on the other hand, walk up to 8,000 steps, which has about the same effect as walking 10,000 steps or more. Rather, when you approach 16,000 steps, you begin to lose benefit, albeit gradually. Here's more to see. Walking fewer than 6,000 steps causes more damage to males than to women. This time, the graph is organized by age. Walking up to 10,000 steps per day is recommended for everyone, including the elderly. That is all you need to do. But to what extent does taking fewer steps harm your health? Isn't it bigger? There is no need to overdo it as you become older. Yet, the fewer steps you take, the greater the damage. However, you cannot simply manage the quantity of steps. Pace is also vital. While quantity is vital, so is quality. You must travel at least 500 meters in 10 minutes. It's around 3.2 kilometers per hour. It's even better if you can complete 400 meters in 6 minutes. This is 4.8 kilometers per hour. For example, over a 6-year period, 400,000 British citizens were polled. Slow walkers had a 70% higher risk of premature death than fast walkers. Also, even if you walk at a moderate pace, you will die sooner than if you walk fast. In this study, slow walking had greater negative consequences than smoking cigarettes. There's an interesting portion here. The less control you have over your weight, the higher the chance of slow walking leading to death. Women who walked slowly had a total risk of mortality that was 2.2 times greater if they were skinny and 1.3 times higher if they were obese. Men showed 2 and 1.4 times the figures, respectively. In this way, if you do one item poorly, extremes in other items will have a worse impact. So, you must excel in a variety of areas. Oh, life isn't easy. So, why is it bad to walk slowly if you are underweight? This is because muscle loss is often associated with nutritional deficit. A brisk walk is important for the following reasons. First, it shows how well various organs, such as circulatory system, lungs, neurons, and muscles, are integrated. Second, slow walking causes diminished stamina. Third, walking slowly promotes oxidative stress or chronic inflammation, which is the underlying cause of all diseases. Guys, you do not want to develop dementia, right? According to studies, going as slowly as 10 centimeters per second increases your risk of developing dementia by 13%. To summarize, aim to walk 10,000 steps every day at a speed of at least 4.8 kilometers per hour. Even if it's a challenging day to walk, aim for at least 4,000 steps per day. However, women and the elderly can walk up to 8,000 steps per day. Let me share one more study that investigated the effect of walking on dementia. The 7-year survey included 80,000 British individuals aged 40 to 79. First and foremost, consider how many steps you take each day. It simply reads, walk 10,000 steps per day. This is the moderation. You are more likely to develop dementia if you have either too much or too little. It's noteworthy to note that the average amount of steps you inevitably walk in your everyday life is 4,000, whereas the average number of steps you purposefully walk is 6,000 each day. Now, please pay attention to this section. This represents the walking speed. Walking at 112 steps per minute is thought to be the most effective approach to avoid dementia. This speed decreases dementia by more than 60% when compared to walking at less than 30 steps per minute. The goal is to walk at about 2 steps per second. However, this is not as simple as it may appear. The goal is to walk briskly for at least 50 minutes each day in an area that is not overcrowded. That manner, you can complete 6,000 purposeful steps at a rate of 112 steps each minute. I'll put it into practice beginning today. I'll arrive my office early in the morning, walk for 30 minutes, then walk for 20 minutes over lunch. Some people have home needs, correct? Increasing the number of steps by 10,000 does not raise the risk of surgery in even those people. In fact, one study found that replacing 10 minutes of slow walking with 10 minutes of quicker walking cut the chance of knee surgery by 35%. Walk energetically, avoiding right-hand extremes that cause you to walk more than 12,000 steps per day. Don't use hectic modern life as an excuse. Get out of your chair and start walking. I'm constantly eager for your subscription and likes. Until next time, be healthy. Salud.